We should be ashamed our former president's body was flown in as cargo. A rep member. You people, do you people have shame? People don't have shame now. A member of the House of Representatives, Amobiyoga, has explained that it was embarrassing that Nigerian leaders had to buy abroad and be shipped back to the country. He stated this in defense of a bill seeking to prohibit public and civil servants from patronizing private schools and healthcare, as in they really need to. They really need to pass that bill. But with those Senate people, will they pass it? Those ones. And they like themselves more than anything. They need to stop it, as in ban all of them from traveling outside the country. Prohibit not just public and civil servants, all those senators, ministers, governors, president, everybody should stay in their country. Amobi said that such a scenario was a shame. Wondering what was stopping the political elites from fixing the country's public institutions. The lawmaker, while appearing on China's television Sunday Policy, said, "You are aware that a few weeks ago or days ago, our former president was flown in as a cargo. Is it not a shame that at each point in time, our big men travel outside for medical services? Is it not a shame? Are we not ashamed of it? It is high time we need to fix the system. And if you get education rights, get health rights, that means there is future for all of us." They know, they just don't want to do it. They know, they just don't want to fix it. If we don't find a way to make sure that we return that public trust and make sure that we return that loss of focus on these institutions, if we don't bring it back, we are not going anywhere. At least this son is saying the truth, even though he's also a House of Rep member, at least he's saying the truth, sha. Pauline says we need presidential air ambulance seriously because more are going to be rushed overseas and will buy overseas, I'm telling you. Tekin Bition says, "I support your intention and suggestions. They are honorable, but it should also suggest that any government officials, political appointee, elected officials that leaves Africa or use our country for medical or educational purpose should be poisoned to death or abide by such institutions." This nonsense is stop. Why would they do that? Nobody is ever going to do that. Hey, Adebayo says, "Well said, you can exempt yourself, but others are guilty. Surely, if we continue like this, there is no hope for this country. The expert that treats them over them migrates from Nigeria like the inventor of drum. Leadership is our problem, and it is shameful that they are not ashamed of their failure. Like they don't feel like somehow that let's go and do this in our country. Let's go and do this in Nigeria. No, they won't do it. I don't know why they are like that. No shame, nothing. It is well. It is well. Okay says, what you should be ashamed of is believing that what was flown into the country and buried in Dara was the former president's body. You see that one, Don't worry, that one is a stay for another day. I'm sure they'll come and confess by themselves. Because I was really hoping that they would do like a lying in state for him before they buried him. I think they should have done it. Since he wasn't buried the same day like a Muslim, he wasn't buried the next day, he was buried like 3 days after or so. I really thought they should have done a lying in state for him because he was the former president, for crying out loud. So, me, I don't believe so that it was Buhari's body that is there. I'm telling you, I don't believe. I do not. Someone look how they said, you don't have to put yourself in trouble for having to buy someone and yourself. Marriage is not a do or die affair. Are we talking about marriage here? Ifeanyi Chukwu says, the leader in the first place behave and act as people who are going anywhere. Lunatics in position of leadership for only lunatics appropriate to themselves what they really and truly don't need. Happy Ogene of us says, Nigerians are used to suffering and hardship. Why should anyone be taking side with the government that has brought so much hardship? I'm telling you, Like, I don't understand. Are people not tired of suffering? How can you still be supporting these people? Borrowing to buy jets and borrowing to renovate houses. A country where the president has no hospital and goes to other countries to take treatment while the citizens wallow in sickness and poverty. Shameful. Very, very shameful. Very, very shameful. At 10SS Santos says, I believe that Buhari has spied since and the world leaders know the truth. That's why none of the world leaders was present. for burial and condolences. I'm telling you, not a single person, not one person sent a condolence message or anything to Buhari. Not one person. I'm telling you. Charles Ora says this is indeed a mark of irresponsibility, insensitivity, and embarrassing on the part of our political elites and leaders. They don't have shame more. They don't. Just as Shola says, it's a big shame for all our past and present leaders. Just one big hospital they cannot build and put all necessary equipment there. All is a big shame upon all this. We are in 2025. They are fighting for 2027 elections. No tangible thing we can say they have achieved though. They have not achieved anything. That's my problem. You've not done anything and you are fighting for another term. Like how? What have you done in this first tenure that you think will make you deserve a second term? It is well. Ezra says, may God help our leaders to know what they are doing. It seems that Britain doesn't allow them to develop Nigeria. Maybe they are working under instructions. What kind of instructions is that? Anthony Chizaba says, my question is this: why was there no war leader in that our former president's so-called burial? Not even condolence message. No be small thing, not even a condolence message. Mbaonu says, you said the truth. Look at Ikeri Maradu, where he is now. Is the same not fitting here well now? Look at where he landed himself. Florence says, because the cargo was flown in. When you no be Nigerians now, they write the true record of what they see. And I'm sure say no be they bring come Nigeria. I'm telling you, I don't believe too as well, because I heard that story in 2017 and there was a journalist there in abroad then that announced it. And now this man died and there is no single condolence. Unless somebody buy in UK or US or anything, I'm sure Nigerians they'll be the first person to even send condolence message. And they'll even send representatives to go there. Not one single representative. Not a condolence message. Nothing. Something is really fishy. Something is fishy, I beg. Okay says, you're talking, my brother. Let them continue treatment abroad. Without fixing ours, they will be coming home in Nigeria with bags. Jerome says, you follow people we fly at me. You fit tell us the exact time and dating by. Make I end there. Come on, go sit down. Slim Kim says, let yourself and fellow politicians stop traveling abroad first and use the facilities you are creating, not just lying and pretending when you all know the truth that Nigerians are suffering too much and we are blessed with plenty. Very blessed though. We have a lot, as God has really blessed us in this country. It's just leaders that we lack and bad people too, because Nigerians, they're not really good people like that. Only few are good. God will help us. My listeners, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.